Hello everyone, my name is Shima Krista and we're here with Lit Teens because every day we live. Okay, so Lit Teens is a program brought to you by Arise Education, and here we come together, teenagers all across the country, and we share our stories, we share our ideas in a language we all understand.
Yes.
Now, today we're going to talk about the statement Wataye Umuco. So the statement of time, which we're going to unpack it in the way that we're going to see what we as teens think about it. Okay. So before we get into the conversation, we first need to know each other. We need to know our age, our study, and just a picture of who you are. So let me start with you.
Okay, I'm Shimei Kose and I go to New York High School. I'm of the age of 17 years old.
Thank you so much. My name is Truma Moses. I'm 18 years and I study at St. Louis Kwamagan.
Thank you very much. My name is Alberto Kundakanja Trezor. I study at Petit Seminaire Saint-Christophe de Zaza and I'm 19 years of age. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much. My name is Lucia Sonia. I'm a senior at New Vision High School. Yeah, I'm 18 years old.
Thank you very much. My name is Lamasino Mugabe Benjamin. I go to Rivera and I'm 17 years old.
Thank you all, and my name is Anastasia. I'm 17 years of age and I'm a senior at Kashua Girls Academy. Okay, so let's get to it. So, let's get Wataye.
Actually, before I had this topic, Wataye ni jambo na hila kachira numba hivi. Man, dream Wataye Umuco. Wacha kumono muturani. Kaka kwa Wataye Umuco. And it was like, this topic gonna be wow, mood fires. So I think we can dive into it and start a conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to know, guys. I want to know. Ni byari umuntu yakubwiye ngo Wataye Umuco? You know, like how I was itchy, I make you feel. Cyangwa se wowe wumvaga ari ibintu bisanzwe. So tell me about it. Tell me about your experience.
Kunya umuntu amusuhuje mwaramutse mwibi. Ntabyo nashakaga nyine. Niba mu gitondo urabyuka uvuga bonjour cyangwa nabi gusuhuza urasuhuza ndako ntahaye. Rero none banze gusuhuza n'ubwanjye. Rero ntabwo Wataye Umuco ntabwo nabyumvaga, ariko banza mu muco nyine habaho ikinyabupfura bwo nyine ugomba gusuhuzanya mwaramutse mwiriwe. Ubuye urungo rwo muco cyangwa umuco. Ariko
Ndasubuzanyije n'ikibazo. Ndasubuzanyije.
Nyine nibwo nyine byageze umuco ntabwo kubyo nyikoreye. Nta muco. Wataye Umuco nyine.
Ese ubundi gutuma cyo turira mu gusuzanya.
Byose nizo ntabwo gacuruza. Ikinyabupfura gucisha bugufi uriyoroshya. Ahantu ibintu byose ni ukuvuga ijambo ryiza iki.
I do remember this one time, like, okay, usually, like what she said, when you don't say hi to anyone or you don't, when you don't approach people and then you talk to them, it turns out people end up saying, "Go Wataye Umuco nyine, you're not the type of girl they expect you to be." But then again, it depends on what people are thinking. What is someone's perspective of what Umuco should be? Because if you're raised in a society where let's say when you're born, you're Rwandan, but you're born from like the Western world, Europe, America, talking. So like you're born from there, and then people there are like more free to each other. Okay, you don't necessarily have to say good morning. You don't necessarily have to say good night. Then you come here, and then you meet your grandparents who are born from here, and then because of the diverse culture that we all have. They have their own expectations and you have your own, where you're raised and what you learned. So I think sometimes it really does vary according to where you're raised, the people you're around. Yeah.
So hari n'ikindi ngenda mbona muri iyi minsi cyane cyane ku bakobwa bambaye ibintu jipe bataye umuco cyangwa se abahungu ufite imiheha ufite amadrede bataye umuco umwe ntabwo byabaye cyangwa
rimwe gusa se rimwe
urasuhuta
ariko nambaye ibinini ubundi bwo bose nyine umusaza yigeze nambaye inshabure ni umuco ariko nyine ntabwo ubwo nyine wa mugani kuko umuco wakuze ngo warakuze turasivilize ubwo imyenda yaraje niba yaje urambara ukikwiza ariko ibyo nyine wa mugani nk'ibyo yavuze niba nkora muri famiye mama wanjye she bought that dress urumva ni ngufi no yiguze mama akamujya mama wanjye yangurira urumva rero niba ngura ibyo ngibyo nyine kubyambara ntabwo nahita kubyambara nta kuntu nzacoka umukecuru kugira ngo umukobwa ntabwo umuco wanjye nyine nicyo kibazo ko ntabwo yamenya ko nyine baravuga utari umuco kuko ariho yakuriye ahubwo navuga no se ntawe tujye twumva ko ababyeyi bacu bafite amakosa
none se igihe umuntu yigeze akubwira ngo ataye umuco wowe hari igihe wowe wumvaga uri mukuri wumvaga nta kintu gutwara cyangwa even
at first you have doubts. You start asking yourself, where did I go wrong? I've done what does that mean? You fear, you feel scared, you wonder, okay, what is happening? Then you start to wonder. When you think about it, it all comes to one thing: change. So people are not ready to accept change. Like she said, this is the 21st century, and then people are more into what they want to wear. They're not considering what happened in the past. But then again, now in Rwanda, we are told to love our country, to love our culture. So I think you dressing the way you want does not take away your culture from you. Because I'm wearing jeans, okay? I'm wearing jeans and a t-shirt. In the past, it would have been considered there is no girl who dresses like that.
Culture is something that is meant to characterize someone. So that person is random. That is, that's what culture is supposed to be. So I want to know, say Ben, what do you think will tell if we're all about change, if we're all about going with what's going,
personally, I do not believe in culture being set in stone or it's something that is limited to something. I believe culture can change, can evolve, just like humans evolve from whatever erectors, sapiens, whatever. I believe culture is something that can change. And for someone to know that I'm random, maybe an outsider. Maybe for me as a teenager, it's not that visible. No, not everyone will know that I'm random, but maybe you can assume by the way I dress sometimes, you can assume by the way I talk, my language, you can assume by the way I express myself with a lot of humbleness. But
it's your personality.
Yeah, it's your personality. But a lot of people know Rwanda for being very humble. It's a fact. And maybe some argue that that's why.
Very humble.
Hari akantu kari kazi ku Banyarwanda kera ko bari beza. Yes.
Yeah.
No, let's say, when you say Ethiopians, what are they?
Ethiopia basanga abanyarwanda kutumwe ko turi abanyarwanda dusanga abanyarwanda. So
ubwo umuntu yakubona agatavuga ati uriya ni umunyarwanda.
No, kuko nkuko utajya kuganira ngo uyoberwe umunyarwanda uriyo or utajya handi hose ngo uyoberwe umunyarwanda. Okay, abanyethiopia bafite uko basa natwe dufite uko dusa ariko dufite umwihariko wacu nyine turi beza.
Because, you know that thing of the way you dress, for me at some point I don't agree with it. we can meet in a place when we're all dressed. We're all from different countries, okay? Let's say Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, and we're all dressed in an indecent way, as they term it, okay? We're all dressed, we're all wearing short skirts, maybe blouses that are showing our stomachs and everything, you get it? So you're not going to come and stand in the place and tell me that you're magically, and they're all pretty girls. They're all pretty girls. They're all good-looking girls. They're good-looking girls. And you're not going to tell me you're going to stand there and spot out a Rwandan. So being a Rwandan, you're not defined by what you wear. I think it's more about
morals.
Your morals, the way you act, how people know the Rwandan people. Like, do they? What's their perspective?
So what are those morals? Because okay, so far twavuze guca bugufi, but harabona we Abanyarwanda baca bugufi kandi ari beza nabo. So tell me, what exactly are those morals? What are they?
Now for like dignity.
How do you express that dignity?
Dignity.
Ahubwo ukambwira ni uko ikibazo nuko nyine indangagaciro zose umuntu atazujuje ariko zirahari harimo indangagaciro nyine wenda kugira ijambo ryiza n'ibindi bintu kugira ubupfura kugira ijambo ryiza kwiyoroshya nyine umwana twihagarara ahantu nasonya ngo kubwira mu Rwanda inyemyabana ngo you're stupid ndo gitutsi cyambere ubose how am I stupid nyine ikintu twihagararaho sibyo ariko tugiye hospitality urumva niyo mpamvu wowe mukunda abazungu kuntu baje nyine niyo mpamvu byaboroheye kudukorana sibyo kuko nyine we are so nyine turi welcoming cyane icyo bigaragaza umunyarwanda n'umunyarwanda muzima nyine anisisha bugufi you get.
Okay, mainly tuvuze muri ibi bintu bya miniskirts kama miniskirts njye uko byumva very bolo the thing nyine inchaburi byazanywe n'abantu bose nako n'abanyarwanda abakurambere bacu okay barakwambikaga bakumva ko ugomba guhisha just genito ntuze bolo nyine genito pants urumva so urumva bakwambikaga nyine inchaburi then after tumaze kuba colonized abazungu bazinga imyenda so ngiye kuko numva ukuntu umuntu bavuga ko yataye umuco numva bavuga wenda ko yataye umuco muri religious cause nibo babizanye baje bitwaje religion baje kwigisha abantu ba missionary bati rero bazanye imyenda gutyo like numva ngiye kuvuga ngo wataye umuco.
To add on, I think religion, culture, these are things that you cannot divide apart, like you cannot put them apart. They always connect to each other, but they also kind of divide people further. Because people, when you go so umuntu wambaye bigufi, they have to comment about that. I think that's something that that's a dividing point for culture and religion.
Ariko Dubai n'ahandi bavuga ko umukobwa agomba kwikwiza. Okay, mu gihe imyenda yaje bavuze ko agomba kwikwiza. Urumva niba umuco warakuze ngo twabonye imyenda rero byo wambara wikwiza nyine ntuwerekane ubwambure bwawe ubwo nyine ibyo bikoze nyine ubwo wataye umuco niko abakuru babibona.
Undi ikibazo se ni uko yabyambaye, ikibazo ni ahantu yabyambariye, ikibazo ni uwabyambaye, ikibazo ni ibyo yambaye, ikibazo se nuko byambayeho
abantu bafite beliefs zitandukanye. Like let's say I'm a feminist, okay? I believe that mukobwa icyambere we utari I believe you have your right to your body. You have right to what you're going to do with it. Let's say that is my belief, and my belief is valid. So how are you? What is the dividing point between my belief and the culture? So like, how
hari ibyitiranye ngo kunyura umuco wawe sibyo umuco ubu nukomeza ariko wa mugani ikintu cya nyine religions ubwo zazanye izindi beliefs ariko tuzigira nk'aho umuco wacu kandi si wo muco nyarwanda
but how far we go with the culture kuko hari twasize inyuma byo muri culture like ntabwo tukibandwa ntabwo there's this thing kera iyo umukobwa yabaga yashyingirwaga Yeah, nyine bavuga ngo umukobwa ni umuryango, so technically mukuru w'uwo mugabo you can have your conjugal duties with him to be mbese nyine kandi we do not do that anymore, you know, cyangwa se kera. So are we going to go back to how it was and then start over again if we're going to stick to culture? We do that.
Like according to what Ben said, with religion and culture there is a lot of diversity. So like we have an existing religion, we have Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, all those are religions. Then we have the native culture that we were all, the initial that was there before culture came. So with culture came confusion. You get what I'm saying? So like sometimes people are not, it's the confusion, but how do we live in that confusion, amidst that confusion? Because when we look at the past generation, I mean the generation our parents, bafite their own beliefs, sibyo? Then we also have ours, kuko natwe tuvutse muri iki gihe, sibyo? So like I think for someone to better understand their culture, biva kubyo babigishije.
I've never been in like a place where they banyicara kandi ngo uyu ni umuco nyarwanda. No, like I was born nkatwe twese twarakuze tureba televiziyo tujya ku ishuri. Technically we almost never had an encounter with culture. So who is going to teach us? How are we going to find it?
They haven't put strength into us knowing what our culture is. Because right now it's more about where our economy is going. Where do they want our economy to be? But they do not want us to be where it even can't work in my own perspective. Kuko, by the time they should have used to teach us that this is how we do the things, this is how we're supposed to dress, this is how we're supposed to be better Rwandans. It will take them much more time to be at the pace where other countries are, and it's now more economical rather than teaching us rather than culture.
For me, I think it's about the education system. And there are books, right? There are books about culture, but we rarely get time to read those books. And they are not ancestors, they are people that are old enough to teach us our culture. But we spend most of our time in schools. And in schools we are taught English. We're taught, there are some schools that even punish you if you speak.
Actually, recently I was reading a newspaper and I was reading a newspaper, an online newspaper, like it's an UN, and they were saying that, UNICEF, and they were saying that Ichinyarwanda, the language, the common language speaking in Rwanda, is about white in 100 years in like third year, kizaba gihari ariko not common as today. Kizaba cyaragabanutse. So which means if we still see some schools, like I'm not gonna mention, niba uvuze Ikinyarwanda, like they give you corporal punishments, like they cut off your hair, they close you, bakakufungira muri gereza like the whole weekend. So I don't really think ukuntu tupreserve umuco wacu by'uyu munsi ntabwo biduhereza amahirwe yuko umuco wacu uzaba uruhererekane and the next generations bagakomeza
gusa no gukwa Ikinyarwanda bakoresha niyo hari umuntu ukizi hano muko tungana ntabwo tundakamira gutari twe tuzaba turi gusaba turi no gukwa tuzasaba
tuzagikora ngo ji pasa tujye gutwika mereza icyo
we agree yuko icyambere Ikinyarwanda it's a big part of culture kandi tuvugisha ukuri deja mu bigo byacu dufite push there kugira ngo tuyisome kandi twajya no mu rugo tukajya kuri Netflix tukajya kuri MTV ntabwo ari muri Kinyarwanda. So basically where are we going to learn our culture? That is still a question mark. But how much do we need to preserve our culture? Why is it worth it for us to know Kinyarwanda? Why is it worth it for us to keep our identity?
It's worth it kuko tuzibagira. we'll stop being Rwandans if we forget our culture. Again, I'm not saying our country, I mean our government is not good. Yes, it's good, we have reached a place we are capable of it. But they're not, it's more about improvement without our cultural basis. Yeah, we want to be at a worldwide standard. Advanced people, our economies are at good levels, people are not poor, but where is that culture? Where is that aspect? What reminds you ko uri Umunyarwanda?
That's it.
That's true.
I think it goes back to like what we talked about Wataye Umuco, cultural evolution and how it can be good and how it can be bad. As in, if you want to develop, of course you have to learn a common language, which is English or French or Swahili, and therefore we lose some part of our culture, which is why we're being our language of instruction is English, because you have to learn how to communicate economically in every aspect. And yes, as we were arguing earlier, it is good that in some ways our culture is evolving. For example, that women weren't allowed to step in schools way earlier. They weren't allowed a lot of things. There's a lot of things that changed which were good and those which were bad. Therefore, it's still disagreement.
What you're claiming is, as Rwandans, do we believe it, all of us? I studied French, I studied English. My parents were speaking English and French also. And actually, I continued the boarding at different school. I was forced to not speak my language. And again, no murugo, my parents they don't give me an example. Now I'm pushing.
That's a problem.
Like, okay, now they take me to Spider-Man Green Center.
True.
To see Spider-Man.
Like, for real.
To see Superman. Like, I'm an brothers Wataye. They're claiming I'm gonna be a superhero, Superman. I'm gonna be a Captain America. Now, yes. Ibitekerezo bya ngunda ntabwo tukibyiga. True.
I know. There's this thing that like when a parent is proud that it's good that a parent that a kid knows English and French because you have go to the international market, but at what cost? Because hari abana bazakora igifaransa n'icyongereza gusa nta kinyarwanda n'ukuri biba bimwe bibaho ko hari umwana ubu ntabwo azi ikinyarwanda cyangwa se nyine agera nk'ahantu hanze kuvugana n'abantu ukabananira. That's a problem. So
They feel like they're in a foreign land.
Just as much as people are proud that abantu bavuga icyongereza akongereza keza agafaransa keza. This is not rubbish. This should be
I think twebwe abatinzi tuba twumva want to know English cyane tukajya ahantu twumva ko nambuze English cyane na French kandi nawe ugomba kumenya ko uri kuvuga icy'abandi ntabwo bazi icyawe nta nubwo wacyumva nyine natwe tugomba kuba proud yo kumenya ikinyarwanda cyacu tukumva ko turashobora kumenya uwo muco bw'abataye ukajya mu muryango wawe kugira ngo
Hari the thing nabonye just quick platform like his excellence. Yeah, hari platform nabonye. He was in France and bakamubwira ati ngo abanyarwanda kuki batiga igifaransa like they study English and abonye ukuntu yabasubije none ngo ngino mukunda abanyarwanda kuki batiga ikinyarwanda and that's great kabisa.
For me, there's something called Rwandan pride. We should always have Rwandan pride within Rwanda. We should always be proud to be Rwandan, as they are proud to be. You see how they're proud to be Americans, how they go showing their flag, and that's the way someone can identify that you're Rwandan, not by the size of your hair, your forehead.
yes. One thing to know in particular.
Let me tell you. Okay, you've been saying something.
No, go ahead.
I remember I've got something of developing economy with what? We know China. We know South Korea, North Korea, we know Japan. These people have stick to their cultures. baravuga ururimi rwabo hari abantu bombi basigaye bakunda filime z'inyakoreya right unakajya gushaka shiwati these people bagumanye umuco bawo ariko they also developing an economies sibyo ariko mu Rwanda twumva ko niba economy developing I must speak English I must speak French which is really contrary to what people should understand ngende ndumva ko ubundi niba tuvuze ngo development igomba kujyana with all sectors of the country niba ari uburezi bwo mu Rwanda they don't have to give corporal punishments to people ngo bavuga icyongereza which is not their culture yet ngende nkunda kan like to China ngokuno tureba the president of China mu manama like he's speaking pure Chinese. Not like a president from Africa going there speaking French because he's in France, which is not really good.
Let's take a step back from that Toya Kuko. Maybe you're getting our hopes too high. Okay, so we agree that we live in a world where Western countries have most of the, they dominate. And if you want to trade with them, you gotta speak the same language. If you want to, if you want to have business with them, kuko hari byinshi that we have a lot of partnerships with Western countries, but okay, but we also have to admit if we lose our Rwandan identity, then I don't know. I feel like it could just be some playing God, I don't know, because okay, to have emotions, yeah, but it promoting that migongo how byariko cyangwa tuno duseke bifite a big market out there. So my question is how far do we go we still keep up with the developing world, but we don't lose our identity, because at some point our identity is also what makes us worthy of investment and all that. There's a convention center kuba iri built in a that's deja, it's a kind of advertisement. So how far do you go?
Okay, I think, like I said before, I think hakenewemo imbaraga nyinshi n'ubushake, sibyo? Because you're not gonna tell me ngo nzakubwira ngo wataye umuco ntabwo umeze nk'umunyarwanda wowe utabifitemo ubushake, utumva yuko ari ikibazo yuko utazi ikinyarwanda, utumva yuko ari ikibazo yuko uvuga icyongereza n'igifaransa gusa, ukumva nyine ntacyo bigutwaye pe, nyine it does not bother you to be like that, to stay like that. So I think it also depends on what is your priority. Do you feel proud to be Rwandan? Do you stand?
Do you feel proud to be Rwandan?
Yes. Yes. Do you feel like being identified nk'umuntu uvuga icyongereza n'igifaransa neza, living out ko you are a Rwandan? Does it bother you? Do you feel like urashaka kujya hanze ugahagarara u Rwanda, not ugahagarara nk'umuntu uzi ikinyarwanda n'igifaransa? You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think for us to be a developed Rwanda without a forgotten culture, we should be proud to be Rwandans and ready to embrace it. And I know right now we're in a state of confusion. We are in a state of confusion. We don't know what is culture, what it isn't. So I think we need to be proud and have the urge to look, to find out, to know more, to
And to continue with what you're saying, like we the tujye no ku topic yacu teenagers, nkuko ngiye byumva mu teens, we are stuck in an era of impossibility, possibility, negativity, and we don't claim what we are revolves with the people among our hairs. So if you don't give me the very thing, don't expect me to give what you don't give me. So cause what I get, we're in a state of confusion. What is culture? What is what I get? What is must not get? So then we end up adopting something which is not really good. Something niho hazamo Wataye Umuco. So they should really give us a clear definition of what we should do, so that we should give clear things to the people among our hairs. That's it.
We are dushaka gukora nyine abandi bantu bari gukora urumva rero niba like niyo ndikundi uko dukora kuri televiziyo numva mbona abandi ba Nicki Minaj mbona abantu bose rumva ukuntu bambara ukuntu bitwara such get ariko rero nyine niba ku ishuri ntabwo niyo ndi kwiga Ikinyarwanda ntabwo kiba turakiga iminota 40 noneho nta n'ubwo bari bukibare nta kintu kigukura kugira ngo umenye Ikinyarwanda kugira ngo umenye nyine iki hari n'igihe bigera ko kuvuga ngo tugire umunsi wo kwiga Ikinyarwanda gusa bikanga igihe hanze nyine urabona nasama ariko ntabwo nshobora kuvuga Ikinyarwanda cyuzuye ngo ndebe kushyiramo English ntabwo bishoboka
for me on one hand we have okay, it's a dilemma, right? On one hand you have a country which was fought for, right? And therefore you have to like defend what it stands for, which is the culture, right? On the other hand, you have a country that wants to develop, right? It wants to boom. It wants an economy that will boom. Therefore, they have to trade. Which trade they will get with only people that speak Swahili, English, Chinese, whatever, French, right? And maybe the argument they brought about China and how those other Asian countries were able to develop without losing their culture. It always goes about their population. There's a lot of factors, population and how they are nearer to the sea, their resources, and Rwanda is not among those. But however, we do not have to lose our culture. That's my perspective of it. We do not have to lose our culture to gain development. It's not worth it.
Okay. So basically, if we kind of bring this all together, we agree that one, you would go Wataye Umuco, and then like, you know, like I think to that question we have to answer. It's true that we as teenagers really didn't have a lot of space. We didn't get a lot of chance to talk with elders, to talk with our parents because they were going. So yes, we didn't have that possibility, but now we know that. Now we know that we need to preserve our culture. Now for the a final question. What am I going to do to kugira ngo ntazate umuco? You know, what am I going to? Am I going to watch? Wait, I'm not going to get it. Yes. Anyway, so what are you guys going to do? Now we know the importance of preserving our culture.
For me, I think I still don't believe Wataye Umuco. I still don't believe in that statement. I believe that my culture evolved and I evolved with it, and I think I developed.
That's great.
I think it's a good thing that my sister is going to a good school. I think it's a good thing that my mother has a good job and that my neighbor is able to do something. I think it's a very good thing. However, I have to always go back to preserving some part of it that should be preserved, right? Some part of it that is, for example, the language that you talked about might be extinct in 100 years. I have to try my best. Go to sessions like this one.
Read books.
Read books. Educate people about cultural loss, cultural extinction, and cultural evolution. Because I think that's.
Okay. Thank you. We were not given a foundation of what we were expected to be in the teenage years that we are in right now. So like knowing that, we should also remember that we don't want to become a forgotten country, a forgotten nation. We want to be a nation that's remembered, that has developed, that is able to
recognizes its
that recognizes
itself. People need to know about the guys.
Yeah, true. So in order to do that, we have, like he said, we are in a dilemma. But then we have to remember that we have to know ourselves and move forward. So like us knowing that we already have a problem with our foundation, what was laid for us, we need to remember that we have to preserve our culture. So with culture, because we don't want to forget our culture, we have to love it first. We have to love who we are, love that we are Rwandans, but also remember becoming a Rwandan doesn't mean you don't have to go to school. Becoming a Rwandan does not stop girls from standing up and pointing out, saying their words and being heard.
And it also doesn't stop you from being respectful to
respectful to your elders. That does not stop you in any way. So we have to embrace every aspect of it. Embrace that we have changed, that we have changed, that we have those rights, a right to go to school, but also embrace and remember that we have to respect our elders the way we are supposed to do as Rwandan children.
Okay, thank you. On my side, I hear that twakomeza gukunda umuco wacu. Ikintu kinshimisha cya mbere abakobwa ntabwo bemerewe kwiga. Bumvaga bagomba kugenda nyine bagakora akazi ko mu rugo. Ikintu kinshimisha ni uko right now bariga, bafite utuzi twiza, bafite akazi keza abenshi kandi rwose ni byiza. Kandi ikindi twakomeza kuvuga ikinyarwanda koza ari nk'igihugu ugeramo wavuga ikinyarwanda uvuga ati igihugu cyawe ni iki kandi byakabaye byiza. Nk'igishinwa hari umushinwa uza mu Rwanda like agavuga like change and you know avuye mu Bushinwa rero tugomba kuvuga ati mwaramutse and you hear that it's Kinyarwanda
mbese wowe tuzakora no kuzajya uvuga
Ikinyarwanda no gusensitize
no kudupost kuducaption tukabona gishyiraho Ikinyarwanda
cyane izuba ryarashe wabise sanikisi
murakoze mu magambo makeya ndabwira ababyeyi bacu ikindi mbwire abanyarwanda baba hanze cyangwa abifuza kujyayo ikindi bifuza kujya hanze that's what I mean. Ikindi mbwire n'abaturera abarezi bacu bo ku bigo.
Okay, so
I have questions. Yes, for parents. Ikintu nababwira ababyeyi bacu muradukunda kandi turabibubahira murabizi ko mutoza neza ariko buriya ikintu mugomba kuturememo gukunda iby'iwacu muturememo gukunda umuco wacu tukirahana nimwumve ko kunjyana nakomere nkamenya ibyo birimi udakwiye no kunjyana ahandi nkamenya iby'umuco wacu cyane ndetse ku buryo k'umwana burya uko tubizi umwana ni umuntu grasping ibintu byinshi atempo ashobora kukipinga some things very many things cyane ko abari no mu Rwanda so byaba byiza umujyana kuri pace imwe ku buryo yamenye ibyo byose ariko umuco nawo ukaba umwihariko. Ikindi ku bantu bifuza kujya hanze n'abahaba ni ahantu heza batiwari. However you go there, keep your culture, know that tuzagaruka. Icyanyuma ku bigo abarezi mureke umuco wacu tuzirikane ibintu wacu bose. No, reka bivuge.
But that's true.
Reka bivuge ko n'ibintu bibangamira umuco. So mureke tuvuge Ikinyarwanda nimukatwogoshe ngo uko tuvuga. Please give us room. Mwidike mufashe murakoze cyane.
Sonia said about something that we didn't get the chance to yet have a foundation ya culture yacu ariko nyine wamugani nkuko turi kugira ibiganiro nyine bigiye cyo bitwigisha let's make that foundation kuri ku bato bacu bazaza tugire ubushake let me be proud of being around them urumva niyo ngiye hanze abantu tubana muri urumva kugenza cyane sibyo namwe ndabigisha iki cyangwa cyane twumvikane urumva you get kumva ko niba ufite n'abo friends ngo n'abazungu muravuga Icyongereza gusa nabo wigisha ururimi rwawe barumenye urumva kandi tujye tugira ubushake kumva nshaka gusoma igitabo cy'Ikinyarwanda nshaka kujya kumva ngo ijambo wenda ibyo bavuze ngo usaba no gukora nshaka kujya kumva icyo bashishoza kuko n'abahungu nimwe bazamusaba ikintu
tangire kwiga
kandi ntabwo muzasaba mu Cyongereza nta mukobwa wasaba mu Cyongereza
cyangwa ugomba kuba proud of who you are ukaza umunyarwanda ugomba ukumva nshaka kumenya indangagaciro zageraga abanyarwanda kera urumva zose uko zimeze kugira ubupfura ukunda umurimo byose uko ushaka kubigera noneho nawe urashaka kumera nk'uko kugira ngo ugire ikintu kikudifferentiatinga n'abandi bantu bari hanze urumva ndi umunyarwanda kuko meze gutya urumva nyine urumva nabo bose batanze ngo Koreans urumva ngo bakora nyine tugomba we have to meet the national market but then we have to know who we are hakura motions bagurisha nyine ibintu by'imigongo exactly nyine bikomeza bizamuke gutyo umuco wacu
yacha kuzambirisha biri madamu nukwenza
I had an experience Sonia knows twagiye muri Kenya for an MUN conference twambara nyine ku munsi wa culture day twagize culture day twambara imishanana they loved our culture nyine bakunze ukuntu twambaye imishanana we guys look so beautiful
muzatuzanire bayigura
mikina neza they love our culture
and who hates that feeling njyewe abantu badakunda igihugu cyabo sinzi kuko iyo umuntu akubwiye ngo wambaye neza urasa neza umeze neza wishimye yishema
ikintu mwemo hano like nk'abantu bundi dukunda gukoresha social media #Kinyarwanda please yes kimwe hano muri iki kiganiro like umuco wacu ni ishema ry'abanyarwanda like our culture is the dignity we serve everywhere so turwanire pe
so that is the takeaway. Wataye Umuco. There's a lot of controversy on it, but we've learned the benefits of preserving our culture. Kandi nkuko benawe twigishe culture evolves. So ntabwo ari uko ikintu kitari exactly nkuko cyari kimeze 100 years ago. Yuko ntabwo bivuze ko icyo kitari culture. So let's preserve our culture. Let's develop, but let us not lose our identity because that's what makes us. Actually live. That's what makes us live. Okay. So I think we can stop at there, and then we go to a game. Okay. So this game, who is not participating in this. I'm going to mime something, and then ndagerageza kubaha hint, but I'm going to mime it. I'm going to do collaborations and stuff, and then mwese muragerageza kumenya icyo ndi kuvuga. Nyine umuntu umwe cyangwa babiri bari batagesinze baha akantu ko gukora cyangwa akantu ko kutubwira. Okay, so let me start. So the hint icyambe ni ikintu kiri gutrendinga ubu kuri Twitter na Instagram. Let me try this. It's on Instagram. It's one word.
Entanglement.
Oh. Okay, go get your way. This is gonna be complicated. It's 2 words. You never knew. C. What's this? C.
Social distancing.
Yeah. Okay, now this is a song. This is a song instead of a song. Okay, try it. It's a song.
I am. Standing in a square.
Somewhere around there.
I'm standing in a square.
next to you.
I am next to you. I'll be standing right next to you.
I'm on a payphone.
I command.
A corner.
I'm in the corner calling.
Ndi mu nzu y'inguyu n'uyinguyu ndi kumwe n'uyu mu nzu.
Actually.
I'm stuck with you. I'm stuck with you.
Okay, now I'm gonna try to do a dance. I'm better at dancing. And you're gonna try to know which song it is.
Which song?
So it's a match to dance that dance in the song.
No, I'm gonna try to do a dance, and then you're gonna
Tell me the song.
no, the song. But tell me to the word.
Okay. Hey, I'm a savage.
Okay.
The word.
That's true. So together now ni ikintu nyine abantu benshi nyine baba muri this era nyine bazi nyine what things do. But I'm not going to find it in a complicated way. Okay, let me try to give you a hint.
Sangapi? Isaha? Agakomo. Isaha igenda nyine rotating.
Keep coming.
Isaha iragenda.
It's in English.
Clockwise.
It's complicated.
Man, what's it?
What?
Isaha iragenda.
Try to put it in English.
Isaha goes.
It's one word.
What is going?
No, it's in one word.
One word. No.
Okay, everybody get your point.
It's all going.
It's related to. It's related to media.
Media.
It's related. It's something we spend a lot of time on. It's related to videos. So try again. It's so sick. Okay.
Rolling.
It's trending right now.
Is it
It's related to videos.
It's in the way.
What is that?
What are you doing? You're going to
Watch. Okay.
It's related to video.
Yeah, it's video. It's related. What are you doing?
But okay, let's give them more hints. More hints.
Okay, let me try. It's related to dancing. Everyone uses it.
TikTok.
Yeah.
They're not going to TikTok, man.
Okay, so
TikTok. Okay.
now you get it. Anyway, so hari two options. Either turamubaza ikibazo and he has to answer. Icyo cyose. Unyuze akabazo agutegeye cyangwa turamubwira ikintu dukorera.
atubyinira amarara.
Tubyinira amarara.
Imagine.
We're done.
So thank you everyone for following us. Thank you for being part of this. Thank you all for coming.
Yeah.
This was the chat brought to you by Lit Teens.
Yes.
And turakomeza gushishikariza gukunda umuco wanyu nkuko twabivuze.
Yeah.
And follow Lit Teens on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and subscribe to get more of this. And remember, we're Lit Teens, and every day we're lit. I was supposed to like look behind.